It's a building filled with history. Ali.
Ali is the world heavyweight champion.
Jordan.
The tie, 18. Shot, Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Montana.
Rice touchdown.
Brady. Breeze. A building that's built legends.
That's what football is all about. Learn how to handle adversity, overcome those things.
For 4 Cenla teams, one game separates them from tasting the magic.
We're looking at these 48 minutes to try to win this game, do everything we can to win it, book our tickets to New Orleans.
A journey that starts in the summer, reaches its finale.
We'll play one football game on Friday night, and we certainly want to play, as well as we possibly can.
One final step to play in the Dome. Let's jump straight into semifinals Friday. The Ash Trojans have never played a state championship inside the Superdome. All the Trojans needed to do was beat one of New Orleans' best teams to book their ticket to New Orleans. The Trojans coming out of the purple and yellow smoke to face the John Curtis Patriots. Curtis got the ball first, but running back Anthony Smith puts the ball on the turf and Ash able to recover, but they can't capitalize. Later, quarterback Carson Sellers looks right. He's picked off by John Curtis's Xavier Brown, a rare pick thrown from the sophomore quarterback. Ash not able to do anything during their first 4 drives, finally broke through in the final minutes of the half inside their own 10. Sellers screen pass to Jimmy Duncan, huge catch and run to move the sticks. It ignited the offense later in the drive. JT Lindsay 15 yards to move deep into Patriots territory. Few plays later, goal to go. They feed the LSU official commit. Trojans on the board 7-0. Their fans hoping for some history. The ensuing kickoff, Jack Conquerin for Curtis can't field the ball. It's free. Cortez Simon gets the recovery. Ash gets another chance to score in the final minute of the half, and 2 plays later they do. Sellers to Tanner Townsend's second straight week with a huge touchdown grab for the tight end. Ash led 14-0 at the half. Second half, a big third down here on the first drive. Sellers again to Jimmy Duncan, the Northwestern commit and Northwestern State commit, and the Trojans control the game from there. The second time in school history, Alexandria will play for a state championship. They win 24-13 at home. Let's throw it over to KLB sports reporter Julia Keller, who's live at JL Butch Stoker Stadium with more on the win. Julia?
That's right, Harrison. I'm joined by Coach Bachman. So, Coach, now you can breathe a little bit. So just talk a little bit about some of the emotions going into this game tonight.
I knew it would be a battle, knew it was going to be a tough one. Our kids have always embraced that. They certainly embraced it tonight, and I'm extremely proud of them that, in the end, we talk about we're going to find a way. I don't know how it's going to be, but somehow, some way, we're going to find a way, and we certainly did tonight.
And so obviously in that post-game speech, you just talked a little bit to the team about how, the emotions going through everyone's head and that the goal is not done yet. So just talk a little bit about how y'all are going to be able to prepare going to the Dome against Carr.
Yeah, Carr's a tremendous team, tremendous program. Played them last year in the quarterfinals, so we got nothing but respect for them. And so, we want the kids obviously to enjoy tonight and what they've accomplished. But, we've got to have a great week of preparation before we get to the game next week. So that was really the message is, hey, let's continue to keep our head down. Let's continue to do the things that have got us to this point, which is, throw everything that we have into preparing for an opponent. And then when Saturday, December 14th at noon rolls around, let's put a ball down and let's compete.
And so obviously, as we could hear Harrison a little while ago, talking about that big touchdown from Sellers to Townsend, just talk a little bit about that moment and what was that like for you to see that?
Yeah, the last couple of minutes before half was huge. It's 0-0 most of the first half. We put that 90-yard drive together and score, and then they muffed the kick and we recovered, and so now we have an opportunity to go score again and just hit Tanner on a little seam on a little play action pop pass was huge. Gave us a 14-0 lead going into halftime. And then we were able to get the field goal coming out of half, so we had a 3-possession lead at that point.
And just talk a little bit quickly about that grit that you guys had tonight and throughout the entire game.
Well, at this point in the year, everybody's a little beat up. Everybody's pretty banged up. We had some kids that played hurt tonight and just laid it on the line for their teammates and for our program. And I couldn't be prouder of that grit, that toughness, and one more time, got to find it again.
And before I toss it back to the studio, I know I haven't picked Ash all season, so of course I'm going to stick with the superstition, and I'm going to go with Carr next week. We're going to start it now. Harrison, I'm going to toss it back to you.
Julia's predicting the state championship 8 days before it. She's pretty early and confident. Thanks, Julia and Coach Bachman. 3 more Sandlot teams trying to make history and punch their ticket to New Orleans. Highlights from Bunkie, Gina, and Leesville next.